this is not a tutorial, but I will tell you my experience of how I made this Live2D Vtuber model was using Stable Diffusion and regulate myself in Live2D Cubism editor. So usually when you want to have your own Live2D Vtuber model, you either do it yourself, like everything yourself, drawing and stuff, but if you're incapable of, you either hire an artist in order to do so. But there's cases when you order a commission and then artist disappears for 7 months and you never hear from them again and your money is gone. Or some artists just refuse to work with you. You can like write a letter to a certain individual and say, hey, I want you to... Hey, I would like to order the commission. Could you make an art reference in a design model? And could I even know about the price? And they will never respond, which is not cool. Or if you can draw whatsoever, you have to use technology, like Stable Diffusion and generative AI and stuff. And and also, so you would usually order, if not for these factors, you would at least try to order art from an artist. But if you live in one of the countries that's sanctioned by totalitarian states of America, you automatically have up Russian, by the way. And so, since I was this small guy, and this small guy, and thought to myself, can I make a Live2D version of my character in using Live2D? And unfortunately, I can't draw. The one on the left is my poor drawing with my hands, and then the one on the right is Stable Diffusion fixed everything. So if you're gonna tell me that the one on the left is more beautiful and genuine and has more artistic expressions than the one on the right, you would be lying to me, you, and everyone else. So in December 2022, when Stable Diffusion became a little bit better than it was, it still was, but I thought there should be a way to make my character with these new technologies that appeared, and it was not good enough yet, but we were moving towards there. There was like a foundation to what it will become in the future. Even it looked incredibly and utterly bad. At first I had this idea of a character that I would send as a pitch to artists. Use the face from this my new 2 character, ears from Sajeas, yellow eyes either with infinity sign or horizontal pupil. I decided to go with the later one. Horse like from this mountain goat creature, but smaller and silver, but with that twist like this. Just use the palette that I got from Colors with orange, silver, black, yellow, and purple. Don't we VTuber fans love purple? Yeah, also use at least something from my Final Fantasy XIV character, and I wanted to have either a Rampaldern or the ones that would have Dionysus Res like a grapefruit, and put specific Japanese kanji characters on gods that would mean sweet. And I also wanted a Pollux weapon that also would work as a stand for a rifle and a purple lantern, purple magical lantern. Like the only things that I could sort of do that would be purple. So like the idea came to like this, and it looked bad. Fortunately, Stable Diffusion improved, and I could train Laura consisting of 25 images of my 3D VTuber model, so it would make images based on it in Stable Diffusion. So after, which meant I could finally start working on future Live2D VTuber model by making the image in Stable Diffusion. So the first I finally made an image with image-to-image Stable Diffusion to make a character, but the pose was wrong. I had to fix the pose in order to it to be better. Then I have to improve on details. Also improve on a bit. Then I have to upscale the stuff which messed up with some of the details, and I have to change them all over again. And then once again I'm improved upon what I had and change it again. Then I get rid of a background which messed up with the resolution, and I had to yet again change it all over. And if I remember correctly, I upscaled this PNG file which created black background, and once again messed up with details, and I have to redo stuff again. And I was changing stuff in Krita, creating 55 layers to finally almost be it ready to put up in Live2D for rigging. Funny little intermission. In order to make this shoulder pauldron in ram head, I took the stock image of this ram head and put it through image to image in Stable Diffusion, saying ram head silver pauldron. And I got this one and have to fix it over so it wouldn't look so menacingly at people around me. So now it looks more properly, like this. I also made eyes and changed them so they would look like I need to. I decided to stop on horizontal pupils. Then I put it in Live2D and rigged all of the parts, all the different parts, and changed a few stuff in a bit. The amount of layers increased to, like, I suppose there's so over 100. That I counted a bit. I counted it once, and I'm sure there's so many of them. There's so many of them. Well, I don't want to recount them again. I wish I will show you how many layers there are when you just choosing them up, like in some detail. Let me credit Zekoz, Kira Mori, Live2D, Yushina Art, and Kitty Dragon for their YouTube videos, mainly tutorial YouTube videos for Live2D that helped me make this model. No, if not for them, I wouldn't be able to do this. If not for Zekoz video that he made Live2D model in 7 days, a simple one just to learn Live2D, and gave all people that watch his video playlist leading to all of these tutorial videos of these people, well, I would be still in Vtuber trying to do my little shenanigans, and people would be ignoring me just because I'm Vtuber. Because let's be honest, people don't see Vtuber VTubers as VTubers. Everyone says that PNG VTubers are VTubers, but no one arguing about this. PNG VTubers are VTubers and Vtuber VTubers are VTubers. What I'm trying to say is, acknowledge VTubers also. Come on. So in theory, you can use Live2D in order to not pay anyone and do everything for free, using both Stable Diffusion and Live2D in order to make a Vtuber model. But I choose to spend some 1 year annual on Live2D coopism because there are a lot of tutorials for Live2D. If you can figure out how Live2D works, you will be able to do whatever I did for free completely. But I use Live2D because there's tutorials for this. And that was my experience on making Live2D model using Stable Diffusion, using Generative AI, and I rigged it myself in Live2D. So using the help from the tutorial videos on YouTube. So thank you everyone who watched this video. Now maybe you learned something from my experience. I was really bad at ending, so I'll just end the video here.